Today is February 23rd, 2020. My name is Sharon Andrea. I'm about to share with you some codes that came through to me or flowed through me for the past several days, including on 2/22/2020. I had put out a video on my YouTube channel, Sharon Andrea, and the title of that video is 2/20/2020 through 2/22/2020. So it's a vibration of twos and zeros and twos. So today is 2/23/2020, and even though the date is changed over into 2/23, the vibration of the twos is still in effect. It is still in effect. The only difference from all the other aspects of 2/22 is that the sun moved into Pisces since last week, and Mercury is also in retrograde with Pisces, and Mars also moved into Capricorn. So I'm going to be playing the tones. These are ancient tones that were flowing through me, and based on the video that I put out there that's blocked right now by YouTube, which I was shown that it's supposed to be released within another 24 hours or sometime during Sunday, early Sunday morning, or sometime Sunday from where I am located on the East Coast. And so that video in and of itself has a lot to do with everything that transpired from my birthday on February 10th, February 9th from watching The Lion King, and also receiving a lot of messages, a lot of stuff flowing through to me to do with lion, lioness, lots of videos, everything coming into the I Am presence. So if anyone is interested in listening to that video, it should be coming up on YouTube. But if you're interested in listening to it from now, it is on my Patreon account where you can see it for free. There's a video prior to that because it's more like a part 2, which also is indicative of information that was flowing through to me in regards to myself and my true love, beloved, twin soul, soul flame, Rondi. And so that part of it that's on Patreon is where you'd have to become a part of the Patreon community in order to access that. It's an audio, actually. As you all know, that I am doing the Return of the Garden of Eden. So a lot of segments and information that I put out there will be either in audio and or video at the same time. So during the course of these past 24, 48, 36 hours, week, 2 weeks, this whole month of February has been an enormous amount of integration for me. As anyone knows, I am the reincarnation of Queen Nefertiti. I am the embodiment of the consciousness of who I am now and who I've been in all other multiple layered of timelines to who I am as her. I roamed the earth as her during that time. They called it the 18th dynasty, the New Kingdom. And so I'm back again. I am here. I am here in this space of oneness. As anyone knows, the history of Pharaoh, Akhenaten, and Nefertiti, Queen Nefertiti, is the embodiment of twin flames, twin souls who incarnated on Earth that came from another planet, came from another galaxy. And we represented the consciousness of the monotheism and the oneness of the light, the oneness of the consciousness of the light, and moving through energies that were flowing through us, information, dialogue, wisdom, channeling through the central sun, and also the activation of the 777, 717. Now, the codes that you're going to hear is linked to the beginning of the video that I put out there that's blocked, that you'll be able to access and listen to. The beginning part of that video is where I'm playing the song that's linked to The Lion King. And because Warner Brothers owns the rights to it through Disney, they blocked it worldwide. Of course, you all know that everything and all things contain codes and information that not only unlocks and triggers you, but it also activates the higher part of your consciousness, the higher part of who you are. Not only remembering who you are, but also what it means to embody that consciousness of who you are. And this means that you're not getting rid of who you are. It means that you are completing the circle of who you are. you're completing the cycle of the experiences that you've had, that you may have been attached to certain things emotionally, that you have had to be triggered. As I see 2:22 a.m. on the clock right now, here's that balance. No coincidence that the video is 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 12 seconds. Of course, with how many times I've had to try to put it up and what was trimmed and not trimmed, but you will hear it in its totality on the Patreon account. But when it does come up on YouTube, it says that it'll be up from the 48 hours that I had put it up there since February 21st. I was trying to get it out there by February 20th, but I am in delight and in gratitude from spirit to how everything flows through me, and I step into my power fully, unapologetically at all times. So the whatever parts that has been clipped out of it, that's on YouTube, they still blocked it, but everything and all things are still flowing and coming together as one. So I wanted to at least explain to you where and how it stemmed from me speaking in these ancient tones, and from what was shown to me, that it is connected to who I have been and connected to the Dogon Tribe. My second oldest son, David, had a DNA test done, and linking back to the mitochondrial DNA through my family and how I'm connected to him as his mother. And I have always stated that I'm also the first physical daughter of the melanin goddess energy, connected to the Palladian Council, the Galactic Council, the Galactic Federation Council, the Palladian Queen, also connected to the Sirian planet, Sirius, of who I am, emanating from that star, as that star seed and that power of the divine feminine and divine masculine. And so I was traced back to Central West Africa through the Dogon Tribe, which also connects to the Sirius star and also receives downloads and information that connects to the ascension time. And so here I am again. And so when I was listening and connecting to the song that starts in the beginning, that's the beginning of the Lion King, I started to receive tingling in my body. I started to feel this vibration flowing through me, and all of a sudden the language started to come through me, and it was coming out and coming out and coming out. And I realized, and I heard the spirit say that there are activations in that song. And so of course it was blocked. That's the only thing that was blocked. The only thing that was blocked to do with that video. And so I chose to still keep it in there because it is imperative. And it is, of course, it plays a part in a role to what is activating for each and every one of us during the course of our ascension. There are many other activation codes that I've had on my YouTube channel, but of course, each time we go to another level of consciousness and awakening to our true divine self, empowering and also understanding the power that we have within that's showing outside of us and where it is taking us, that there may be moments of feeling as if something is blocking you, but actually what it is that opposing energy that may have existed before, but now you can give yourself permission to understand it and bring her and him together. So because of listening to and I've listened to it several times for the past several days. And so a lot of them were coming through in different instances. Sometimes I was just by myself. Some were coming through to me yesterday, and also conversations that I was having with Tavan, and then it was coming through again. So even the conversations that are in the previous video is still playing a part in what's flowing through me, flowing through Tavan, or anyone else, that you may feel something activating for you. If you're on the twin flame, twin soul path, you will also feel something that is starting to merge, starting to integrate, starting to come into balance, starting to come into harmony for you. Or some memory may come up and be triggered, or something that may come through to you for you to look into yourself, into who you are in that timeline as well. So whether past, present, future, it's all existing simultaneously. So 2/22/2020, what does it mean? 22222 adds up to 10. You reduce it to a number 1. And so when I feel into the oneness of this, of course, again, Pharaoh, Akhenaten, and Queen Nefertiti were the epitome of oneness and unity consciousness. And so whatever existed as the opposing side, we decided to leave that region and create our own magic, our own queen and kingdom together in the city of Amarna, that is also in Egypt, also known as ancient Kemet. And so, of course, I am who I am now, where I have already experienced the opposition that flows through from people to, and now it's time to amp it up and to proclaim and claim, not only claim, but just activate and embody yourself. And it's not just channeling, it's also the embodiment of yourself, your true self, and the merge of yourself on all sides. So either way, the oneness that comes together with the 2/22/2020 represents unity, centeredness, balance, harmony, new beginnings, and it also is the master builder. The master builder. It also represents union, the union of everything to what you desire in your heart. It represents the merge of the heart consciousness of God's source energy, prime creator, and the heart that you also have within yourself in this timeline, in this lifetime. It is also the merge of spiritual matter and physical matter. It represents the alchemical process of divine feminine and divine masculine codes, the true divine feminine, divine masculine codes. It represents the energy of the oneness of that template that has put itself together based on the experiences that the soul has gathered throughout many millenniums of lifetime. And that's why it's important to understand who you were in the past and to reconcile yourself, to bring all the pieces together of who you are, to bring your love life together, because this is what we're here for, is to really understand what is showing up as my love life. What is it that I love about life? What is it that I am being in love with life and myself and who I'm connected to? Which also includes your connection to source energy. You see, because when you are allowing yourself to merge and to marry yourself to God and to the source creator, everything else starts to flow in abundance. And that's where you become wealthy and powerful. See, and you're also at peace with yourself. You're also not focusing so much on what you have or have not done, but knowing that everything that you're experiencing in abundance is flowing through you because you are the co-creator of your reality. That is how you remember yourself and walk into the space of self-mastery. So when I also feel and talk about the 222s and what it represents, because you will see more 222s. You will see it on license plates. You'll see it on the clock. You might even see it on a billboard, anywhere and all places, that you will see the 22222s. I've also been seeing 555s and 1111 all the time. So everything is just moving into these cycles of sacred geometry and how it is forming into the flower of life. You see, and everything is activating with who you are, merging together with your body, your spirit, and your soul. And so everything that also shows in the cycle of these numbers is also what it means as far as the union of the twin souls, the union of the twin souls. And the union of the twin souls emanates from the completion and the completing of the circle of life. The circle of life that's attached to the experiences that twins have had. One lifetime, a twin may have experienced one thing and the other twin may have been incarnated or not. They may have switched places with one another. They may have played the victim and the one who is the perpetrator, and then switch places. One may have come into a female body and then they switch into the male body, and then they switched out. Everything's just switching, and it's like seeing and experiencing it from all perspectives, and then that data is taken back to the Godhead. So each time that you have incarnated, you have gathered up experiences from how you have felt from within your soul, and where have you come back to love from the experience? You see, who are you in reference to what you have experienced with your twin soul, or all your soulmates that have incarnated with you, because they're all helping and assisting you to come back into the oneness of self. And so we're completing the circle between these lifetimes that we've had, and it is geared towards the merging of who you've been on the physical earth plane and also in the galactic center, the galactic cosmic energy, the galactic part of you. So that galactic part of you is merging with the physical aspect of you. That is also a representation of what is happening during this 222 cycle. And so you're either completing or going through a completion stage of the experiences that you've had that are interchanging or inter-exchanging between yourself and your twin soul partner, your sacred soul partner, your true love. So the new moon is in Pisces, and it also represents unconscious thoughts and feelings. And these unconscious thoughts or feelings, and not only is the new moon in Pisces, but the sun is in Pisces. My moon is in Pisces. Venus is in Pisces for me. Saturn is in Pisces for me. Mercury is also in Pisces for me. So I've been going through a huge review of myself. And the one thing that has happened for me within the past 48 hours is the totality of the power and acceptance of myself as being the entire embodiment of the divine feminine. And that means that I've been integrating and merging even the shadow aspect of the divine feminine, merged her, and have felt not only the presence of myself, but also the love and the embodiment of the kingdom, the divine masculine within me, and also the love that transcends throughout time, space continuum between myself and Rondi and Pharaoh Akhenaten, to who he is and who I am and who we are, who he is as Queen Nefertiti, because we are one. We are one soul. We are one body of this energy. You see, it is not separated. And so as I'm remembering myself more and more, because I've declared myself from a long time ago, but there's always a part of ourselves that has faced the opposition. When someone else says, hey, that's not who you are, stop saying that. Or, dim it down now, it's too much. But you see, the more you rise into your power and awaken more to your true self, guess what? It expands. You expand. You expand, and you also feel something that pulls you together, okay, in that oneness energy, and it starts to come into center and brings you back to the void. And it's through the void, and the void represents zero, okay? So 2020, that's 2 and the 0, 2 and the 0. That void in and of itself is also how we flow through each other in that expression, okay, as far as twin souls. And so that physical expression of the merge of what is in the subconscious mind that is between twins is what is not only coming into the declaration of who you are and the embodiment of who you are, but also you're grounding that consciousness on the physical realm. So we're moving in through the greater merge of this consciousness, and how it relates to Mars in Capricorn, which, Mars represents masculine energy, and Capricorn, it represents the earth. It's an earth sign. It also represents the physical world. So it's not a coincidence that Mars went into Capricorn and Mercury's in Pisces. It's that review and bringing back of the self from the past into the present. What are you reconciling? What are you completing in that circle of life within you? See? And that you have that power and giving your permission to activate that power, see, and not being afraid of who you are from the stars and who you are from wherever planet you emanate from, you see, because no matter what, as long as you're speaking the truth and you know yourself as the truth, then guess what? You can only go what? In all places. Don't go wrong, but then you can, but you go right again. And you go left and you go up and you go down. You go into any multi-layers of dimensions of yourself. And so it's about making peace with yourself. So I highly recommend that you go into that video that I posted again, because I went into greater detail about especially how it is showing up now with the lion and lioness and that merge and the divine feminine recreating that kingdom within herself. And also knowing that how she is and what she emanates is what pulls the divine masculine closer. It's a energy that moves like it's like that physics, that physical law. Isn't it interesting that physical is a derivative of physics, and physics is something that is scientific. It also represents energy that pulls from one side of the spectrum to the other. And so one side of the spectrum to the other is what you're balancing. You're balancing the spectrum of the opposition of yourself, and you're balancing the spectrum of the version of yourself and how you felt in that positive energy. So in other words, you're balancing the polarity of yourself from where we came on earth and bringing in a duality experience. But now what you're doing is merging that duality together into that oneness of yourself. You see, and this is what's creating the union of twins to come together in the physical realm, And so as we are bringing these unions together, I've had the pleasure of connecting to someone who's represents the masculine aspect of the feminine twin. I had did readings on her years ago, and this is when she came physically to where I live, and it was such an honor to know that her masculine twin reached out to me, because she told the masculine twin told, no, excuse me, her beloved told her about me, and I told him, because he also changed who he is, that I'm looking forward to when we are on that round table talking about our experiences. And I remember very clearly what they experienced, and they are now in full physical union for the past, I think, 2 to 3 years. And I remember everything that she was going through chaotic, and I say, stay steadfast on what is true. Stay steadfast in knowing in your heart. Stay in your inner knowing. Remember who you are. Remember that whoever you know that you are connected to, that is your divine right and your divine blueprint. You see? And that as you remember yourself as that, knowing that the all there is knowing creator is co-creating with you in what is destined to be. And so I'm going to just cap it at this point. And I will be, like I said, you're going to be listening to the tones and the codes. You may feel activated. You may feel triggered. You may feel enlightened. You may also receive your own downloads. It's a possibility that will happen too as well. And just know that everything and all things that leads back, all things leads back to, no matter what the obstacles, no matter what blocks you may have felt, everything and all things that has shown up in your outer reality, that the true meaning of all of this is that love wins. Love wins. And so I will leave you at this point. I will be back again. I thank you so much. Peace and blessings. And I'm in gratitude for all the divine sacred unions that are coming together in the physical realm. Everything that's flowing through you, just to be mindful and to remember yourself. Remember yourselves. That's the key. That's the key to unlocking, and stay in your feminine energy. The feminine energy is not subjected to a physical person. It's an energy that's flowing through you. It's an energy that's flowing through you that helps you to work through the process of balancing your emotions, and also knowing yourself and following your intuition, because that's what Pisces represents, your intuition, what feels right for you, that even if it feels crazy, you're still right. I love you.
Minuina mama bakunne bebe kudi lala mi debe ke unina mama kutu ita ata mu bebe kudi bamdu kinde buri belal mini yao ki mama ita hisa mi de baba kutu si darapa kera na ma ita mana kunina ami ama uya pi ami na kogi na ma kanida kita mana uya ma kuira mara kera bere kuira rama ita kairo Kamele malina kuni dela lina ke uina mama ita uo kama mala kuia hisam duiba kita mitu isa teke uni mina ni cha ui debe kuni dela li dikitu ida baba dikinu ina mama ite kia isamu kita hisamu tu shika ida be kita upi to kuni beda peki suita ita ku ichampu kita tambu ida ba Uina ino kuina, peti kuina me kaino kuina pa kaino ho amde kia. Kita ina na kaina kuina na kaya. Haba kutu sira ribita kaine de kuina barade. Ki anda ma uto oina. Ke pada chogo ina ma kaya oida ida. Kaina ito ita changa baba pa kudi dala pa. Kita na ita ko. Ani dala, ya bidi kitu ida hakata koya. Papa tayo to ida, kaida kuida kaina apa. Paito kuida pa, kete kuida, he kuipa kanuda, nemi ante kunimada to ida. Kuya data kanya, hana uya ita menyari kita ina kunya ya kan nungi amna ya nuya. Kuya nana mani ya ken nungi na mama ine ya oya. Muya mala ina mani wanya. Hey, kujera kwa kaninere, kunenema, kania kukono me poko shena na papa ne ala ne kone na bere kunyera la papa laba. Kera la mala para la patara la corona na kasara la katara kodola la patara la kodola la ba. Be ami uiba. 바보니 바 피케오니 마 군니 베마 군냐 밤도이 잠노이 나이나 요야 남냐 로고데야 가리다 고니야 나 가이노 고네나라 바다 간사 고텔이라 찌기도이다 짱이 아우네메 구야 깨또이다 바카다 이나 우데 마니 우이네 마타누 아마 누미야 에어니 구이나 나 바카다 에타오 깨오이나 바바이나 건 요아이자 깨나 이따 꾸냐 이노야 마니야 람네 Kamino yama keo yama ya kikaino tele na kiani au yele keo ina le kela na kuya la rapa oyama da ira ko yele keo ibele la bidi kuya na kuya aya iya ni awa ya ha ya kia nya ko ya uyaba ni ya cho ina mamunyo ya sa ida oida ke to kuti dismi la muda bide kuti sinda bide kuti tishamu ya ai da ko dia ku ida mamo ki cham te be ku ila na ma itu bitu ismamo ati jira kuti ti jamu ku di ba kamu ba bide ke turi bilam te ki turi salam aleki do ya salamia ira be turi salam ara ko so ira ko to sham ko ki am ya kan yo ya mara ka ya to ku ya poku ira ma kina manu gitara ma ka to ira ba to ku isa ita masho ita mtaka kitu so kutisamira kuko yama ba kuina mama ita kuyamara ma ita kuimama de kuita abubati ba toko dishana mama kuti tukwiti ramaka irama ya hunda ita na na uti shana miteke ali pita oeba pita rukutu sumbi bala mutukuya pita se amide kitu ira baba kani ami ya uiga ba kani na libi na kuni na na mahinu ira mama kana ya sara tusho tukuida ba kuya mana biya to kuy namta kino kuya iti chayo ida pita tiku sina ita koya to amno ku diba tu ku dera ba ko tala meta ko tu kuri bala pa era ba kitu sira pa ba ida mo kunnam na ela ku de pe pinun dera la ba to ko ida baka kuya oya mana umne oya Amne amne umne amne amne umne umne amne ramanne umne umne amne 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 umne 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 amne Hum.